Hey, what's going on, you guys? I'm sorry it took me so long. I've been super busy. Is that the ice cream truck? If you can hear that in the background. Anyway, I'm having a live stream tonight, so if you guys want to join me, it'll be 8 p.m. Central Time. And also, who is the person that told me in the comments to check my thyroid? If you can message me on my Facebook, I would love that. Yeah. So, anyway, vaccine, this is a commentary for the little mini movie I did on why anti-vaxxers on the global threat list. It's obvious because the pro-vax lobby cannot win with their information. So, I mean, they've tried everything. They've tried TED Talks. They've tried, every year now, National Geographic and Scientific American, I think it's like Psychology Today, they always do like this, these stories about like how people are like, anti-science and how science is good. And, it always involves things like that people are starting to question, especially like, people that are vaccine hesitant, as they call them. They've tried writing storylines into mainline media. They've done like the Magic School Bus has done a cartoon making fun of anti-vaxxers. I saw one on House. There was another, like, I think CSI, one of those crime stories. They made a story about that. What else are they doing? YouTube and all the social media. They have these fake news nerds, making fun of people that are anti-vax, and that, I mean, they're not talking about that there's no studies or anything that test the whole vaccine schedule. They all they're doing is just making fun of people's basically they're making fun of people's families that have been injured who've decided not to vaccinate. Haha, very funny, right? I just saw one last week. They were just making fun of anti-vaxxers. It was like a comedic sketch. I'm like, okay, it's funny. You wouldn't do this with to kids that had cancer, And by the way, they're kids that get cancer from vaccines. So you're not, they've tried everything and it's still not working. They're spending billions of dollars. There are people that basically bully other people online, and they have channels, and that's all their channels do is bully people online. How are they still up? They must be paid professionally. I think there are people that get paid professionally to kind of start the charge, and then they're just ignorant people that latched on their butt hurt because, maybe they're in med school or their families and doctors and stuff, and they're mad that people won't listen to them because they're not buying their bullshit anymore. You have to ask yourself, why are people in medicine and science not being taken seriously when it comes to vaccines? And so why do they have to censor people? Can't they listen to both sides? They think people are stupid. That's the thing too. Do they have a low opinion of humanity? They must have, because they think people are too stupid to recognize the difference. And they don't even mention that a lot of these people are actually doctors themselves or scientists themselves. They act like parents can't be doctors or scientists. They act like people that work for these pharmaceutical industries that know the dirty, secrets that go inside them can't be parents themselves. So it's happy making in a sense. It's also disturbing because they're going to try and implement this worldwide. And by the way, there have been people in Nigeria, Nicaragua, Philippines. The Philippines just had an incident where they were doing a test of the dengue fever for dengue vaccine, and they discovered that the people that got the dengue vaccine had more of a chance of getting the dengue virus, where the people that got it naturally were protected. Right? So there's a huge uprising in the Philippines now, but you're not going to hear that in the mainstream media. Nigeria, Nicaragua, where was it? Kenya, Peru, they've all found HCG in their vaccines, which is a hormone that causes people to spontaneously miscarry when they get pregnant. There in Pakistan, they were killing healthcare workers because their children were getting injured by vaccines. So people without the internet are still figuring this out. So I don't really know how they're going to stop it. They're probably gonna, shut this channel down. I'm prepared for that. I'm just gonna keep on talking until they just shut me up. And I'll be on BitChute, by the way, or some other. I'm already on Minds. Truth or Talk's already on Minds, BitChute, Steam It. I'm just not focusing on those that much because this is still where the audience is. Until I have to go over there and focus on those, I'm just gonna stay here and focus. But we're already on those. We're on Facebook too, and I'm actually kind of sick of Facebook and YouTube. I'm kind of like, I really don't want to do business with them. I'm gaining something though, because I am getting, you know, subscribers and people to follow me so I can spread information to them. But I mean, the way that they're treating people is just so inhumane. I don't know if you saw it was Project Veritas, my man. I'm just kidding, but I like the fact that he's gutsy and ballsy. But he just did an expose on Facebook. They had an employee, a whistleblower, to come out and said that they have this code with deboosting in the title, and she saw that it was applied to, you know, conservative websites and people, and it wasn't applied to people that were liberal. And I'm sure that they're applying this to people that are anti-vaccine, that are, you know, speaking of natural cancer cures, of all the stuff that's against their agenda, and that's getting people to question and getting people information that is empowering them. So, and by the way, don't you guys think that, don't think you're slick, but I saw the comments. I had 10 people to comment and said that they hated the music. And I changed it. I did another version with different music, and I actually like this version better. I kind of wondered about the music myself, and I forgot to put the logo on. I was like, no, I forgot to do that. I forgot to put the logo on. So I was like, I should just re-upload it with the logo and change the music and see, you know, I think it gave the video a definite better feel. Somebody said, yeah, lose the cartoon music. I'm like, hey dude, it was swing music. It was like Benny Goodman sing, sing, sing. So I was trying to make the kind of appeal to emotion where it should be a good thing, that, you know, I was trying to make it upbeat and make it more positive, because I think that some people see what's going on with the censorship and they got all gloom and doom. And I have days like that too, but in the end, you have to realize that we're winning, because there are people that have to censor us. And for you conservatives that are like, yeah, good, censor those anti-vaxxers, shame on you. You know better than a Nazi and the leftists that you claim to fight, because that's their argument too, right? Like, you don't want to be censored. You're like, I just want people to hear my views, my vision. Oh, but you can censor the anti-vaxxers. Yeah, fuck you. You're out, dude. You're out. You're the same. You know better. You know better. Okay? We're not advocating violence. We are showing information that actually show the vaccine shed, and the vaccinated the populations that are having the outbreaks, most of them are vaccinated, all right? So vaccines work. Why they're vaccinated, you know, still getting the disease, and why are, you know, why do hospital inpatient papers say don't come in the hospital if you've had a live vaccine because you're a threat to the immunocompromised, okay? Why do some of the inserts say that the vaccines could shed for a certain amount of time? Why are there studies showing that vaccines shed? Why do people that just got the dengue fever vaccine in the Philippines still got dengue fever, and they got it worse than the people that were naturally immune, right? So you have to ask yourself, I just watching the vaccine hearing that happened the other day, and the doctor shows a graph of the measles and how the measles vaccine came in and like made, like, you know, oh, completely obliterated measles. They always start that graph from the 1950s. They never show the data before that, and there's data before the 1950s. And if you look at the data before that, the chart is going, it kind of goes up and down, but the trend is going downward, and the trend starts to go downward when they start to implement sanitation, right? People are not, you know, drinking the same water that they use the bathroom in. They know they have incineration. We have trash takeaway. People aren't overcrowded in cities, living like 10 people to one bedroom apartment, right? They don't talk about the fact that there were no cholera and scarlet fever and typhoid, were all vaccines that weren't, you know, they didn't have a public vaccine program yet when those disappeared and aren't, you know, prevalent as well too. So there's a lot of information, and I need to keep this video short because I will go on for days. I will nerd out. But there's just a lot of information that they're taking from people. They're not telling people the truth about, And then they're saying that we're spreading the misinformation. It's like the most saltiest shit ever. So yeah, I get angry, I get mad, but at the same time, I don't really see how they're gonna fully stop it. And especially now, like I even had a friend that was like, he was like, I don't know, I like you, but I don't know, vaccines save lives. But when he saw like how they're censoring people, like he started looking into it, and now he's anti-vaccine because he's just like, this is crazy. I've never seen anything like this before. So I think it's going to backfire in a lot of ways. People that were kind of like on the fence are going to be like, oh, like they're going to start to pay more attention. And then people that are staunchly pro-vax, they're probably just going to stay pro-vax and die pro-vax, because those are the people that will like get the flu shot, get the flu, and then they'll be like, oh, I don't have the flu because my doctor says I don't have the flu, yet they have like 106-degree temperature, they're puking, they're coughing up stuff, and they're like, oh, but I'm fine, I don't have the flu. I'm like, all right, okay. So they're just people that will never listen to their own common sense and use their own brain. They need an authority figure to tell them what to think and how to think. And those people, it's sad for them. They're not going to really live happy, fulfilling, healthy lives. But it's their fault. It's all up to them. We all have the ability to make a choice. You just have to ask why they don't want us to have the choice. Why are they taking that choice away from other people? All right, so anyway, guys, that's it. I'm out. Peace, truth, and love. Bye-bye. Mwah.